Welcome back to yet another tantalizing, sensational video. Now it's just me and my little rants and how I want to change the world, but I can't do anything. Today, I want to talk about politics and our political system. Our political system in its current guise is completely broken, and unless we fix it, we are going to continue going around in circles and our lives are never going to improve. I made a video about this subject when I was driving in my car and feeling very angry about politics, so perhaps I think it's better to sit down and talk about it into the camera properly, because perhaps people didn't watch that video because they thought it was more of a car video. What I want to talk about is how our current political system is set up. So I pose a question to you. Would you go and elect your doctor because he gives you a very good speech and then say, right, take my kidney out? Would you elect your lawyer if he gives you a very good speech and tells you that he's going to save you and then go to court and have him represent you? Okay, these are complicated things. Would you elect your plumber to do the plumbing in your house? No, you look for the certificates, you look for their qualifications. So everything that we get done in our lives day to day, a mechanic, we look at their experience, we look at the qualifications. But when we go and vote for the politicians who are controlling the whole of our country and our future and the lives of our children, we don't look at their qualifications, we don't even look at their past. We ignore everything that is awful about their past. We just go and vote for them. And what's even worse is that we vote for individuals who may be great, but then they're part of big political parties. And they can't do anything because they have to follow the party agenda and the party guidelines and manifestos and all that bullshit. What I'm proposing is a new solution to our political system. It will be democratic, but it will give control to those who can actually make a difference. So, first of all, people who can go into politics should just be like drivers. You can't drive a car unless you have a driver's license. So if you want to go and be a politician, you need to have a license to practice politics. How do we achieve that? So we should create a list of criteria that says they should have either a degree in politics, a degree in philosophy, degree in history, degree in electrical engineering, infrastructure builds, something that is usable. Then they should go through psychometric tests, they should go through various types of exams where they're analyzed, just like when you're joining the army, you're joining the special forces, you're joining a secret service. Even a lot of private companies will do psychometric tests to see if you are a good fit. So same things can be done. Then they go through all of these things, then they pass this exam and they're given a political license. Now that person can say, right, my name is Ethan and I want to be the MP for healthcare because I'm very good at business. I do mergers and acquisitions. I've worked as a doctor. I know how hospitals work and I work for hospitals doing a lot of business change. So I could be a good health minister. So I could then propose myself as a candidate and stand in the election. But then it shouldn't be party-based. It should be based on the individual. And these individuals should not be localized. Today, I can only vote for my local MP, out of which I have a choice of 5. I may hate all 5 of them, but I have to vote for one. And then I end up voting for the party that I support because there is no other choice. And if I live in for example, I live in a left-wing Labour area, so there is no way the Conservative Party will ever win here because it's a Labour stronghold, which means that my vote is completely wasted. But if I had a choice to vote for someone in Scotland who I thought was better, then that person would get my vote. So it should be like that. They, instead of having 600 MPs, I don't know how many they are, who all get, I don't know, they get about 70,000 to 100,000. And then we have all these scandals of expense issues and flipping homes and doing this and doing that. It's because they have to earn a living. They live in London, they work in London, they have children, they have wives, they have lives to support. So give them decent salaries. Instead of having 600, have 100 MPs. Each one of them should be paid £2 million. It will reduce the corruption because they'll be paid handsomely. You will attract people from the private sector. Today, a CEO of a bank gets paid £10 million base salary, £10 million of bonuses, 20 million. Why would that highly qualified person go become an MP? Because he will get maybe £120,000 and a lot of grief and abuse from the whole nation. So why would anyone do that? And if anyone who's watching this video and says that these politicians do it for the love of the country, you're delusional. These politicians do it for themselves. Most of them make money either now or after they've left politics. And I don't want to say all of them are corrupt, but a vast majority of them are corrupt. So there is a lot of corruption that's going on. And we all know that, and the media knows it, but we tend to ignore it because you can't pinpoint. It's done very cleverly. So if you pay these people handsomely, you choose the right people for the job, you will have a better government that will do things that will be better for our society in future. At the moment, this is just, I don't want to say old people because it's kind of ageist, but these are all old cronies who are career politicians who don't give a shit about anything except being in power and staying in politics. Back to the voting system. So whoever gets the most votes in that election, it doesn't matter which part of the country they're from, because anyone can vote for anyone, that person automatically becomes the candidate to be the Prime Minister. And then depending on the types of licenses, whether they can drive a lorry or a tractor or a bus, whether they can be, I don't know, a health minister or a transport minister or a highways or, I don't know, education minister, those jobs are then assigned to the people with the right qualifications. And obviously these people are not going to be the regular politicians that we have. They won't be able to do these amazing speeches and all this bullshit, but they can then hire a public-facing body that translates their messages and what they're doing into the common man's speech and disseminate the messages to the wider world. That's the only way this can work. At the moment, every Tom, Dick and Harry can become a politician. A lot of the civil service, which is the bureaucratic layer beneath the politics, manages a lot of these things. They've been there for a long time and I don't think they want to move or change, but the politicians are not qualified enough or smart enough to make that change. But if you have clever people who are educated and have the right state of mind and desire and salary to do these things, then we'll make those change and make this country a better place. I, for example, would never go into politics because it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. They need to pay me extremely well and they need to safeguard this fact that if I'm doing something right for the greater good, for the society, then someone can translate that message, because there's no point wasting time talking to fools. I mean, giving power to the people in this current democratic system has demonstrated what Brexit has done. It's half of the people wanted, the other half don't. The ones who wanted didn't really fully understand. The ones who don't also don't understand. And this has just divided the country unnecessarily. And politicians are taking advantage of it and using it to twist this agenda of, oh, Conservatives want to leave and Labour voters want to remain. Not true. And I've personally met so many Labour voters who come from small towns and villages where they don't even see foreigners. And they were saying, oh yeah, we voted for this because we don't want to have foreigners here. And I was like, you don't even see any foreigners and you don't have any personal first-hand experience. It's actually lovely to live amongst so many people from different parts of the world, and London is a melting pot of different cultures and societies. Yeah, so giving power to the people is dangerous. It should be given to the people who understand what they need to do with it, and only then we can fix this. Hopefully this message will resonate with some people, and maybe one day someone will do something about it. I'm obviously not in a position of power to do anything about this except for make a video and share my views. Thanks for watching. Until next time.